Hi YouTube friends, it's Jenny here with Planner Perfect, and I am here to show you my baking day, actually my baking night success. And you'll see throughout this video our night and what we did. We literally put on some amazing Christmas music and we baked our hearts out until midnight, and it was so much fun. We did it, we started around 7 at night, and by the time we were done cleaning and getting everything set up for the next day, it was around midnight, and babies were asleep on the floor, and it just, it was just so much fun. My daughter and I were like, we gotta do this every single week together. And doing it at night just worked for us because I had my grandbaby during the day, and so it just proved to be a better time, and it was so much fun. And things coming out of the oven, my boys and all that are like, hey, what's coming out of the oven? It's so great. So the things that my menu for the week, I'm so set up. This is why a baking day is so essential. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I am currently a raw vegan. I've been a vegan for about a year, and now I went more raw because I want to really nourish my body. And so I've been doing some juicing and some other things to really help cleanse and to be as clean and with raw live foods as I can. And then though, during these times, and it's the holidays right now, once a week, once in a while, I may just try some of my bread and all this goodness, and there's nothing wrong in that. I think what's important, and also too, for me and my diet, I really want to do me first and take care of me and my body. I'm not going to be able to talk my family into being raw plant-based. I mean, it's just not going to happen right now. But I do bake with very wholesome, good ingredients. My sons love it, and all my children do. And it's just something that I've been doing for 20 plus years. So using the finest flours, grass-fed butter, cultured buttermilk for my biscuits, less processed cane sugar, so it's actually brown granules, so it's not stripped completely. I'm just the less processed, the best I can do. Unbleached, all of those kind of things I take in consideration in my baking day. I buy the best and I spend the money to do it because I want my family to be, if you're going to be eating some things like this, it's going to be the finest. And so that's how I do it, and it's just so worth it to me to do. And so I hope I've inspired you though to really take stock in your family's health and a baking day, because it has so many benefits. It keeps you organized and your family thinks you're amazing, and you feel really good when you can, what that would feel like to be able to just lay down some really good stuff for the week, and you feel like, wow, I did this, and it's really fun, and it saves you money because you're not spending money on boxed things or things prepared or processed foods. You're actually just buying whole ingredients, and then you're coming home and you're baking and cooking and doing things like that to prepare it. And I do freeze as well, so that way it lasts me. And kids don't come running in and eating all the cookies or cinnamon rolls all in one day. It's definitely something that I ration out and do things that way so it lasts. And so let me share you with what my dinner is, my menu for the week, and how I incorporate the baking day to complement it. So I've got a menu of where we're doing some paninis, and that is going to be for tonight. Now, usually on Mondays, it's very busy. I've even got work busy, and then I also go toward, that's usually a grocery day, and I'll take them out to lunch. We've got this whole kind of rhythm thing that we do. I also usually have my grandson. So those kind of days are busy where I don't really want to do a lot and have a labor-intensive type of dinner. So those are usually our panini and sandwich nights. Well, instead of buying like cheapo bread or bread that's filled with a bunch of stuff you can't read, I made my homemade bread that's got 3 ingredients in it, maybe 4, and salt, water, yeast, a little honey, and I use King Arthur unbleached flour. And there you go. And so I'm going to use that for panini. So I cut that up, and I'm going to do paninis for those who want it. And then I also will do, you can do grilled cheeses or whatever they want. I let it kind of be whatever everyone wants. So we'll break out the paninis. I'll buy uncured or hormone type of lunch meats once in a while, and we can do that for like some sandwiches. So that's what we're going to be doing for our Monday evening, which are sandwiches that are kind of centered around the bread that I made. So I made 2 loaves of white bread, and you'll see that in the clip here that I'll show up. So then there's going to be other dinners where I'm doing brats, and I did buy that, and I don't need anything extra for that. I also will be having runzas one night, which is really a Midwestern-y thing where it's like this bread dough that's enveloping like a hamburger cabbage type of mixture on the inside. So I made my bread dough. So I have bread dough and I labeled it. This is going into the fridge to last for the week that I can pull out quickly and just make the runzas. Then on the other part of the dough will be used for pigs in a blanket. So I bought uncured little sausage smokies, and we'll use that to wrap them, and that makes the perfect lunch. I'm a homeschool mom, so my kids are home with me all the time. So I want to ensure that my kids aren't just like starving mom. It's just always, what can I do? I have to be organized or I get engulfed by hunger, by everybody, okay? And so that's on the menu. I then also have, for lunches throughout the week, pizza. I made a double batch of my pizza dough, so that way I can just take it out. It lasts for a week, so it stays in my fridge, and I can whip out little personal pan pizzas. It's just easy, and I make my own sauce. It's all on my blog, and so I did that. I also am going to be doing some spaghetti during the week, and so I made breadsticks. That way, that's the marinara sauce I make is easy. So now, but when it comes to the breadsticks and things, then I can just pull that out, thaw it on the counter, because this is frozen. Thaw it on the counter during the day, and then warm it up, and bam! It's just a warm, homemade 3-ingredient roll that they're going to be able to enjoy with their marinara sauce and their pasta. It's just they love it, so they love it. The whole family loves it, with a big salad on the side. And biscuits, I made biscuits. I keep these one batch out, and they're individually wrapped. It just makes sense to do that, because then you can pull from it, you can easily warm it up and enjoy, or I'll just leave out a whole bag that has some in here. And then, I've got homemade apple jelly that I've got in my fridge that they can pry open and enjoy with some apple jelly, or I can make up some eggs for them. And my daughter actually has chickens, so I can use her eggs. And there you go. It's a wonderful breakfast. So I'm really staying, keeping everything just homemade and delicious for them to be able to enjoy. I'm also going to do a rice and what I like to do for one of my, which is just easy, is I'll make a big pot of rice, and then I do a protein. So I'll do like chicken and dice it all up, and then I'll do that separately, and then I'll do some veggies, and then they can just add all that in, and they can either do it, they can make like a Mexican bowl, or they can do it like Asian style. So they can do a little bit of soy sauce and add that in, or they can add like a taco sauce and put some leaves underneath it and a little sour cream and add some corn and beans. So I like to do that because I have so many kids and family with different tastes that works for us. And so you can do whatever you want, but I've got the elements out that are not going toward a certain, ethnicity? Is that the right way to say it? So it's not like it's going toward a certain way. You can flavor it the way you want. So it works for us that way too. And so our dinners, and then I'll also do, we do grass-fed. So I've got grass-fed steaks and beef. So I've got some grass-fed that, and with veggies. So I'll do that one night. And then I'm also going to have, I wrote it out that I'm going to be doing some frittata. Frittatas are easy. So I got my meat that's sitting in there, some Italian sausage to go with the frittata. And it's just all in the works. I have some cinnamon rolls here too that are really great. So, and they're individually wrapped as well. So you can take one out and 30 seconds and it is perfect to just ice and you're done. So you can keep these in the freezer so that they're not out and tempting. And that way the kids can say, yeah, here's one. And it's a small little amount using my homemade bread recipe, and this is on my blog, and it's just got a little bit of, I put some grass-fed butter, cinnamon, and go ahead, and it's all good. It's just a little bit of sugar, and rolled it up and baked it off, and so it's perfect. And this should last me a good 2 weeks because I have such great breakfast planned anyways, not to mention my toast with my homemade bread with eggs and my bread. My kids love it, so that's another breakfast that I want to do. And for lunches, we've got the pigs in a blanket, we've got pizzas that are homemade, and sandwiches, and all of it runs the gamut. I even love to make banana bread. This one got eaten up already. Normally we make a lot of it, but it didn't hit the baking day this week. But normally we'll make lots of loaves of banana bread made with just the finest ingredients and little mini chocolate chips. And we even use like the really good, they're non-dairy, even little chocolate chips that we stick in here that the kids love and can't even tell. So it just works. It's really great. And we even made some sugar cookies for Christmas that we can have a little frost party on another day, but we're ready. That part's done. And so every week we do this, and it just works. It makes meals amazing. It makes lunches and breakfasts and dinners quick and easy. I have my grandson during the week as well, and so he's the little 1-year-old, and so it's much easier to be able to focus on them and have fun instead of always being in the kitchen, or worse yet, not being in the kitchen at all and then serving them whatever you can because you don't have time. So baking days are a savior, and you can make them so fun. And I know my daughter and I had such a fun time doing it, and so it's something that I've been doing every week. Light a candle, put some music on, and get your apron on and get busy. It is so much fun. So I will periodically just keep showing my baking days to you, hopefully to just inspire you to try it out, because it's that much fun and everyone just absolutely loves it. Not to mention, you can, in your baking day, if you've got birthdays coming up or someone you want to gift things to, put it in your baking day, and it just will serve you, so you can be you're bringing homemade goodness to people. And so I was all prepared in my errand runner. I had all the ingredients I needed in my grocery list and what I was going to bake. So I had all my ingredients I needed. I was all organized with my menu plan, got the different things that I needed to pull in to create the meal, and I'm ready and set up for the whole week with all the complements here that make it a meal. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you had so much fun. Just note too that all my recipes are found on my blog, plannerperfectmeals.com, where you can enjoy these recipes for yourself, for you and your family too. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Until next time.